We are Zeppelin Express. Welcome to Cuppa TV.
Nous sommes les Zeppelin Express et bienvenue dans Cuppa TV.
I'm Monica Price and I'm here today with Mike Jarvis from the Zeppelin Express Band. Mike, what a fantastic collection you have. We're here in France in your home and you have this amazing collection of Led Zeppelin memorabilia really. So how did that all begin?
Well, it just began really because I got into Led Zeppelin.
How old were you when you got into Led Zeppelin?
I was 15. Wow. I was at my uncle's house going through his record collection, and I saw Led Zeppelin 2 and I put it on. And then the following week at school, there were a couple of guys in the classroom playing the stuff I'd listened to on the record. So then I kind of talked to them and then bought a guitar off one of them.
And that was it really?
Yeah, basically all started then.
And what was the first thing that you bought?
The first thing I bought, I think, was probably this, which was when I bought my first CD player.
Oh, right. And what CD is that?
There was a choice of about 12 CDs in the shop.
Led Zeppelin in through the outdoor.
That was the last studio album they did.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So that was probably the first one, and I've got all the original CD releases before that.
I mean, you've got some amazing memorabilia here. It really is. And you've been collecting for how many years?
Well, since I was 15, I'm 44 this year. So.
Oh, I told your age now. That's okay. I won't tell mine. But what does it mean to you, Led Zeppelin band?
It's hard to say, really. I mean, obviously the music's great, and I remember when I was going through buying the albums and listening to them for the first time, it was always like every time you'd heard them, the next one it was always fresh and different, and then it was kind of almost sad when I got to the last one and there was no more to listen to. But then I went to a record fair and discovered a lot of the live bootlegs.
Yes.
And I think I had a couple of £100 with me, and I could only buy about 4 because they're so expensive. So then I saved up £1,000, went and bought another 6 or something.
So very dedicated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really exciting to have some new Led Zeppelin to listen to, because Led Zeppelin, when they're live, they're completely different, and so they're very spontaneous and improvisational. So it's never the same. It's always.
And when you're collecting, is there one piece that you absolutely couldn't live without? I mean, we've got a massive collection here, but is there one piece in this collection that you just think I can't live without?
It's not strictly Led Zeppelin as such, but it's probably my
the
amplifier,
which is a Marshall amplifier here.
It's from 1968. It's a true original. They're very sought after, especially in the States now. And I picked it up for £500 on the Edgware Road. Now it's probably worth at least £2,000. Yeah. Some people might want to pay up to £10,000 for it because it hasn't been modified and it's very collectible. But it's the same amplifier that Jimmy Page used to use most of the time.
Fantastic.
And I had a friend at Marshall, and he sings Jimmy's amps and things. So.
I mean, it is truly incredible. I mean, where do you store it all? That's the thing.
Well, it's
here. in a very big house, so you've got lots of room. And do you catalogue it? Do you know exactly what you've got?
Not really, no. I used to be able to remember everything, but some of the bootlegs I've tried to make a spreadsheet and the dates, so I can try and collect the missing shows. But it's just it takes so much time.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you continue to do this for the future?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's a lot of trading on the internet where people send stuff to each other free. I used to do this thing where somebody sends you a disc, you copy it and send it on, and it's all perfectly legal. Because obviously some of the bootlegs, they can't sell them in the shops and things, and they become harder to find. So a lot of the vinyl bootlegs I've got are
I mean, you've got some
rare.
Amazing vinyls. I mean, and vinyls are actually making a comeback now. I mean, you see them in the shops now, so they're making a comeback. What do you feel about that? Do you miss the vinyl?
Yeah, well, I've got quite a lot of vinyl, and I bought a new record player recently, and it does sound better.
Yes, that's it. Record player. I love that term, record player. Otherwise, what do you say? Stereo system is actually what people call it now. But I mean, it's just great, really. I mean, and what do you think about the Led Zeppelin now? What they're doing now as a band?
I think it's the O2 show was, the reunion was good. Obviously, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a ticket, but it
sold out very quickly, didn't it? That O2 Arena. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and Jimmy Page has obviously been remastering stuff recently and releasing it all. I've got 3 of the first box sets. I haven't been able to get the rest yet, but of course you always get these rumours about them playing again.
Yes, you do.
And I don't think it seems that Robert Plant's not going to go for it, but I think Jimmy would have liked to have done it.
Yes. I mean, when they split up, how did you feel? Because obviously you're a huge fan.
Well, I was 9.
Yes.
Then, so I wasn't
Were you
listening to them.
devastated? No, because you weren't actually there yet.
No, well, obviously they split up because,
they did,
because John Bonham died,
Yes, of course,
and
yeah,
you know.
that's
So
right.
it's when they get back together and play, it's good, but it's not the same without
No.
John
And
Bonham.
presumably that's what inspired you to start your band, and we're going to meet the rest of the band a bit later on. But that's what inspired you. But I have by being such an avid collector of their.
Yeah, well, obviously I've been in
their
bands for
things.
years, and then
Yeah.
and then I joined a tribute band for Free, the band Free, and so that kind of got me into seeing how the tribute
Yeah.
scene was working.
Yeah.
And this was back in like 2004, 2003,
Yeah.
and then so I thought, well, I'll try and put my own Zeppelin band together, and it actually
Yeah.
took me 2 years, and I had it going by 2005.
That's amazing.
And that kind of split up in 2010, and this is the new band that's
And
taken
the
another
new
5
one.
years to get together.
Fantastic. Takes a long time there to
Well,
get
it's
together.
because of the musicianship, it's
Yes.
difficult and you've got to get it
Yeah.
right and everything, so...
And would you say you're a perfectionist?
Yes and no, because the whole thing with Led Zeppelin is it's loose, but they used to
Yes.
say type it loose,
Yeah.
so you've got to be able to get the vibe right more
Yes.
than being technically right,
Yeah.
but and be able to kind of improvise and play around with things and that.
And you've got, as I say, such a massive array here. Is there any one thing that you haven't got that you'd really, really like to add to your collection?
Well, it'd be nice to have the rest of the new box sets, but they're
Yes.
about £150 a go. So.
How are they? Yes. Saving up for those.
I would like a replica of Jimmy Page's pink purpley Les Paul.
All right.
But that here that's specially painted, so you
Yes.
can't actually buy that. But obviously he's
Oh,
reissued a lot of
fantastic.
his guitars recently, but
Yeah.
he hasn't done that one.
Yeah, and when you're shopping, do you looking for these things? Is it all over the world? Do you go online?
Well, as I say, it started off with going to record fairs locally, and then just going in normal shops and getting books and things
Yeah.
here and there. Then of course with eBay there was a lot of funny things, getting stuff posted all around.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't really been doing much of it recently because I've been concentrating on other things.
Yeah, because you've been concentrating on the band.
And I actually haven't got much more space to store
Yes.
anything else.
Yes.
So.
But I mean, then why is it, do you think, that Led Zeppelin's such a huge following? I mean, it has a massive following all over the world. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just because, well, they weren't necessarily the first at doing what they did, because like Free had been
Yes.
playing a bit of heavy rock before them, but I think they did it in a way. Jimmy Page knew how to put the formula together.
Yeah.
He'd obviously been following Jeff Beck around with his group in the States, seeing how it was working, and I think he just knew how to. I mean, he produced all the albums, and he just knew how to get it right, and so he gets the right appealing things. If you think of Whole Lot of Love, it's just such a simple riff,
Yeah.
and it's the sort of things that particularly like at the time, there were a lot of 14, 15-year-olds listening to Led Zeppelin. And that kind of thing, the simplicity of it, but sound as well and
Yeah.
everything. And I guess it's just like, I mean, it's been up and down. I mean, when I first got into Led Zeppelin, there was a lot of negativity about the band in the press, and they were kind of...
Yeah, why do you think that was?
Because I think music press, like things like Melody Maker, which I don't think
And
exists
NME,
anymore.
yes.
Yeah, NME's still going, but they just like to think they know better, and obviously there's like the aspect of new music is important. But I guess it's just things come around, don't they? And then
Yes.
you have things like Jack White and the White Stripes, and he's obviously inspired by Led Zeppelin, and that kind of brings it all back together again. And
What do you think about the bands that are on the scene at the moment? Because I mean, a lot of them are inspired by Led Zeppelin and other bands like that. Do you think they do? They take note of what they're doing and then try and, if you like,
Yeah,
identify
I mean-
certain sounds from it and put it into their own form.
possibly, yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot of subconscious influence, and I mean, Led Zeppelin were influenced by a lot of music before them,
Yes,
and they were
of
probably
course.
influenced by
Yeah.
music before them.
Yeah.
So some of it's subconscious and some of it's probably conscious. And
And what's your favourite Led Zeppelin track?
well, I like them all.
Yes.
It's,
Being an avid
I
fan.
like
Is there one that particularly means a lot to you?
probably the second album.
Yeah.
The whole second album, I like the sound of that.
Which was?
and-
What's the name of that
and
album?
It's Led Zeppelin 2.
Led Zeppelin 2. Very simple. That's it.
But, yeah, and then of course I like all the live stuff because
Yeah.
the flowing of it and
They
that.
always seem to perform very well live, don't they, as a band? Led Zeppelin. They've always given such amazing gigs, and when you see the recordings of them, I mean, it was just incredible. Really, not too much different between what they do in the studio as what they do live, but the live just seems to really get their audience, I think. Don't
Yeah,
they?
well, I think just because they were like obviously as we were saying earlier, they kind of were the sort of first to put things together right and start playing the big stadiums
Yeah.
and also getting their share of the money instead of giving it all to the promoters and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess they were just kind of riding on a wave. So when you're on stage, you get the energy of the audience.
That's right.
A gig without an audience is
Yeah.
it's no good. So the audience is 50% of the gig. If you've got a good audience, then you really play much better.
And do you think if they did get back together now, do you think they would still have that audience? Do you think people would still come and see them?
Yeah, I mean, there was when they announced the O2 tickets, I think there was something like there was 20,000 tickets, and there was something like 10 million people that applied for them,
That's
which
incredible,
was
isn't
more
it?
than the Olympics, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible though, isn't it? If you think about how long they've been since they've not been together, to think that, and again, why is that? Do you think? Why is it that they've just stayed?
You've got the original fans, which are obviously their age now, and then you've got the probably a second wave and a third wave of fans when the Zeppelin music keeps coming round. So it's kind of all builds up.
And can you think of any band at the moment that's on the scene that?
We've seen some good bands here in France.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, you know, and your collection is just incredible. So, you know, happy collecting, because I can't see you stopping, to be honest. And but I look forward to meeting the band a bit later on. So thanks very much, thank you.
Cool.
That's it. We're going to leave it there on Cuppa TV. Come back and join me in just a minute. Welcome back to Cuppa TV. I'm still here with Tiffany Rose, who's talking about her story about living as a transgender. So, Tiffany, we spoke just before the break about your life before, when you were just a child, really, and how that affected you, but how it made you stronger as well. And now living and being a transgender. First of all, I want to ask a question, if I may. What does a transgender actually mean?
Okay.
For people who don't understand it.
I know, it's very silly. A lot of people could categorise all of us in one box. There's a transvestite, there's a cross-dresser, there's a transsexual and transgender. Transgender initially means somebody who's pre-op, somebody who lives full-time as a woman, who's on hormones, but not yet had the surgery.
Right.
So transsexual means somebody who's had the whole
surgery,
operation,
yes.
reassignment, and lives as a woman.
Right.
So transgender just basically means pre-op.
Pre-op.
That could be male to female or female to male, sorry.
And that's exactly what you are at the moment.
I'm a transgender, I'm pre-op.
So, in the future, though, Tiffany, I'm assuming that you're going to want to have operations and become a transsexual. Is that something that you're...
Absolutely.
Yes?
I wouldn't go all through this.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, I would not go through all of this because a lot of trans people don't have the op, and I'm like, that's your choice, but I just don't get it. Like, you won't go through all the... Hormones are hard work,
yes.
you know? Yeah. It changes, the hormones do half the job, and I look back and I'm like, things that I go through now with hormones, my body changes physically, like, you know, breast growth and stuff. I look back and think, it's so easy just to get dressed, and now I have to, you know, make sure that, you know, I wear certain clothing. I forgot the question.
Oh, sorry, no, don't worry. So as in the future, no, not at all. In the future, you've entered into Miss Transgender UK, which is actually here in Birmingham, is it?
Yes.
Not? It's going to be here in Birmingham.
Birmingham Heat's in Birmingham. Obviously, it's national.
Yes, because it goes across the UK.
Yeah, Rachel Bailey, the organiser, made it all. She's the owner. She's an inspiration, honestly. She's like done so much for us girls who are competing. And it's just not just, I don't think it's a beauty pageant as in looks wise. It goes on your lifestyle and what you do for the community, and it's just to celebrate transgenders. And I will be competing in Birmingham in City Centre, in a club in Birmingham.
In Birmingham, that's right. It's in the Loft Lounge,
Loft
I believe,
Lounge,
isn't
yes.
it? Yeah, the Loft
At the
Lounge
balcony,
in Birmingham. Balcony,
in the
yes.
penthouse. So that'll be really fun. I'm very nervous. I haven't sorted things out yet. I'm still kind of so busy, so I'm kind of like
Doing
had a few dress
things.
fittings, but I'm trying to kind of, I don't want to pick anything yet until I'm certain. But
and is
really
it the first one? Is it the first Miss Transgender UK?
I don't think it's the I've been told that it is, as in the official one.
Yes.
There's been small pageants.
Small pageants, but this one,
this
it
is
looks
gonna
like
be,
this is the biggest one, the official one.
It's going to be a massive. It's going to be on Channel 4, actually.
Fantastic.
We're doing a documentary. It's going to be live.
Brilliant.
So it's going to... I'm quite nervous about that, having cameras, you know, watching me get ready, and, you know, and it adds more pressure to the whole situation. But it's going to be fun because it's going to bring awareness.
I was just about to say to you, that's something you're quite passionate about,
This pageant is more for me, competing. If I win, it'll be fabulous. I will be like screaming and whoa, but for me, it's to, because I'm in the press as well, it's to bring awareness towards trans people, and especially the documentary that I'm doing, we're going to be speaking about our stories, our transition, but no, it is to bring awareness, and everything that I do obviously sometimes I'm a bit controversial, but the main goal I have in life is really for the pageant to bring awareness, and we are normal women and we should be treated like women, and we can compete and we can be beautiful, and that's the whole point. So I'm hoping that you can all see
Support
it,
that,
support it,
yes.
and after when it comes on TV at the end of the year, you'll be like, wow, you know, they're
I
just
think,
like
do you
us.
think that people are more tolerant, if that's the right word, of transgender people now, Tiffany? Do you think
yes.
there's still a lot more that can be done, or how do you feel people's reaction to you?
Well, I'm hoping that, you know, after Caitlyn Jenner came out as female, she did. When
Yes,
I
mean,
seen
that's
that,
been a massive
when I
story.
seen that, my jaw dropped. I don't know
Yes.
about anybody else,
Yes.
but I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I think she did it in her. I had very strong views on her. I was like, because at first I was like, why is Bruce Jenner not living as a woman? Because she kind of kept it away from the press. But the way she came out and Vanity Fair was just
Yes, she was on the cover, wasn't
fab.
she?
I
of
was like,
Vanity Fair.
I understand now, and what I've learned from that also is every transgender has their own journey and own story, and we shouldn't judge, because yeah, she's in the media, but she did it in a fabulous way where the whole world knows who she is now, and I
And as
love
you
that.
say, in her own way.
Yeah, in her own way.
Yes.
It's not the way that people want it to be, or my way, or another trans way. And that's what I mean. Not every transgender, is the same, you know. And hopefully, her being who she is will bring awareness, because the Kardashians are massive.
Yes, exactly,
so
yes.
she should hopefully. I think she's got plans
Yeah.
to do events and.
All sorts of things, I can imagine.
She did a lot as a male, as for Cheryl, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
And what about for you as a model? You would like to be a glamour
Yeah.
model? Well, you actually are. You are a
Yeah, I
glamour
do
model
some
now.
glamour
So you do glamour work now. And is that something you'd like to pursue?
Hopefully. I have a few things in the pipeline.
Yes. What sort of things would you like to do in the future, Tiffany?
I have a lot. I do want to kind of conquer a lot, but I'm going to do one thing at a time, because I've been offered quite a few bits and bobs that I'm kind of looking forward to when I get my breast augmentation. Defo would go into glamour work. I've got some stuff coming up in the end of summer, but I want to do more of a brand. I want to be like, you know, how
So the
like,
Tiffany Rose brand?
yeah,
Yes.
for women, because I'm a woman, but I mean, like, I want to do stuff like makeup, clothing, but for it to specify more
For the transgender?
specifically, but still women like yourself who
Yes.
are born female,
Yes.
you can still buy it and wear it and feel like a woman.
But maybe have an empathy because
Yeah.
of who you are.
Because a lot of trans people get quite worried to go in shops
Do they?
and buy stuff. I don't, but a lot of trans women who come out, or trans males, I
Yes.
don't want to just,
No,
I want to
yeah,
vouch
no,
for
yes.
everybody. They kind of go to shops and they get scared to go and buy things that they want because people judge. So I want to bring out a brand where, you know, and have my own little business maybe, who knows.
That's it. And do you think you'll stay in the West Midlands, Tiffany, or do you think
No.
you'll go elsewhere?
Well, I have plans.
Yes. Would you like to go anywhere else in US maybe, or across the world?
I've been offered to do a shoot I did Trans Living, which is in America.
Yes, America.
So
That's right.
I did that
When
shoot
did you do
and
that?
story. I did that about 2 weeks ago, I
Yes,
think.
yeah.
I blooming forgot.
Yes.
And that was really fun that they asked me to. It's a child sport magazine as well, which I was so happy and,
Yeah.
you know, honoured that they asked me, because they asked like proper, like, well-known trans. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's really gained momentum, though. I mean, your stories really gain momentum, and we've spoken
Yeah.
about, the Kardashian, and maybe that may have had an effect on people that have, living as you are.
I hope
but
so.
in a positive way, I hope. But for you, I mean, you've got such amazing news. You've just been in the press recently,
I
of
know.
course. So, would you like to tell us about that? For those who haven't heard the news.
I've been dating. It's been
Yes.
kept out of the media, and I've kept it quite private from family and friends
Yes.
because I didn't want to rush into it. But it's kind of got serious for the past 6 months. I've known him for 2 years, and he kind of proposed to me and was like, "I want to take it to the next step."
This is a guy from Dubai, isn't
yeah,
it? Yes.
Yes. So his name's Yasser, and he basically was like, "I want to marry you," but. At first, he didn't really know.
Did he
'Cause
know you were a
we met on
transgender?
Facebook,
Right.
which sounds a bit cliche,
No, no.
but he messaged me saying, I'm in the UK, I've heard about you a little bit, and I don't want to sound weird, but I would love to get to know you. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I just presumed he knew, because a lot of people who added me on Facebook know me from the press. So I was
Yes.
like, and then he started asking questions like, oh, I would like to have children with you. And I was thinking, he's not mentioned adoption or anything, so I don't think he knows that or he just wasn't educated. I told him he was fine.
So
And
he's been
at first it was a
supportive.
bit tricky. He kind of was like, well, you know, I'm not really into men.
Yes.
And I had to explain to him, like I said, the
Yes.
difference between...
Transgender, transsexual,
Once-
just what we've explained here.
Once he met me, he was, you know, a bit like, you're not a man at all, you're perfect. So I was like, okay. And he's proposed, which I still haven't got an engagement ring, which
To say, yeah,
he's
to have it come back on again
He's
and have
coming
an
over in
engagement
2
ring.
weeks to the UK to, you know,
buy
he
you a
doesn't
ring.
actually know that I've, you know, kind of put it out there, but he
Yes.
said that he accepts me, and he was like, when you're ready to come, the first flight for you and
Yes.
first class is ready for you, and he just spoils me rotten. And at first I kind of, the money did appear to me, but I think I'm kind of gone from that to
Yes.
actually love him. Like,
Yeah.
he's absolutely gorgeous, and he kind of, he's my ideal man, to be honest with you. And it's weird for me to even say that I got
Yeah.
proposed to, but I'm still waiting for my ring, so we'll see.
We'll see about the ring.
I need a big diamond.
Well, I mean, that's exciting times. So, I
It
mean, your
is.
future, Tiffany, is,
I don't know
is
where it's
really
gonna go
quite
now.
exciting. She could be going living in Dubai.
I've told him, though, that I still will model, and because Dubai is quite a strict country
Yes, it has.
towards people like me, but I've been there before, and I'm legally female, so they won't ever know. And obviously, when I'm in that country, I do wear, like, I cover up a little bit, because you have to respect
You
their
do,
culture.
yes.
But people have said to me on social media, oh, you know, you'll be killed and leached and all these crazy stuff. And it's not like that. Like, it's very westernised in Dubai, and as long as you don't shout on the rooftops, I'm a transgender, they're not going to say anything, and they respect you, and he'll protect me. And, you know, but my future I've got so much going on, I just don't know where to start. And I'm excited, though,
But you're
because
excited for the future, though.
it's going to be fun. It's a challenge.
So that's it for today. I'd like to thank Tiffany Rose for joining me, and thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you, so please do get in touch, either by email, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter at Big Centre TV. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.